Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zakwan. Today I will talk about the introduction. According to the newspaper, the Auditor General report discovered some cases of overspending, misspending, and loss of money, which is valued almost at 65 million. Public Account Committee Chairman Wong Kah-Wong said that there were 682 auditing issues detected, which 5 of the auditing issues might be compelled to notify action to be taken. As mentioned by PSC Chairman, that one of the cases related to the loss of public fund in the amount of 44.53 million that involved the employment of foreign workers by the Ministry of Home and Human Resources. Other than that, there are some cases in which the Transportation Ministry overspending 2.81 million on a project to enhance KTMB service, and the Energy and Natural Resource Ministry of misspending 16.77 million on a new energy development program. Furthermore, it is further claimed that there were programs with Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera that have been identified, which LTAD failed to repay the government monetary contribution of 695.6 million and made an irregular dividend payment. From the case above, Public Account Committee further mentioned that their organization will conduct a special meeting to evaluate all the problems stated in the Auditor General report and will begin the procedure once a determination on the real subject to be broke have been made. Furthermore, PSC Chairman stated that the PSC investigation regarding 387 million Yukasan system, which have yet to commence, as well as the failure to buy 6 littoral combat ships costing 9 billion have been concluded.
Assalamualaikum. Today I will talk about the first issue that arose in the newspaper. In a statement of Public Accounts Committee, Chairman Wong Kah-Wong said there were 682 auditing issues, with 5 of them potentially subject to punitive action while the others could be corrected. One of the issues that was found in the newspaper are a total of 44.53 million ringgit in public funds was lost involving the hiring of expatriates by the Home and Human Resource Ministries. As what we being acknowledged, the recruitment of expatriates has contributed to the country's revenue, but several weaknesses need to be given attention, which is the unsatisfactory tax collection management involving the expatriates from 2017 to 2020. According to Auditor General's report LKAN 2020 Series 1 that was being released on Tuesday, a total of 15,293 expatriates did not have tax filed, and 7,174 expatriates have arrears in taxes amounting to 65.90 million ringgit. Thus, this would lead to the leakage of revenue to the government.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Adibadaha binti Shahrir. The second issue from the article is overspending 2.81 million on a project to upgrade KTMB services under the Transport Ministry. The project also aims to improve KTMB's overall operations and provide better services to the people through several proposed projects. Findings by the audit team also showed that every year, the KTMB was relying on financial assistance from the Finance Ministry. KTM Community Service was the largest contributor for the company's income. However, the service incurred losses after factoring its operation costs. The project was delayed in the completion of the construction of the Klang Valley Electrified Double Track project. Sedang Member of Parliament Dr. Ong Kian Ming in his statement revealed that more than 1 billion was spent by the government in the year of 2017 to improve the quality of services through the Klang Valley Twin Track KVDT upgrading project. However, he said that the public's trust in the KTM commuter service is still at a low level.
I will explain regarding the issue. According to the Auditor General report, it is shown that there were misspending and wastage of public funds on a new energy development program, which was from MySura program. MySura program began as a minor attempt to create extra money for 21 households in power, which has grown into a long-term government initiative to assist people for the group. It was conceived by the Police Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Azlaman with the collaboration of the Northern Corridor Limitation Authority. The initiative began in 2016 with the installation of 3 kilowatt solar panel for each 21 household resident, and Tenaga Nasional Berhad purchased the power generated by the panel for a period of 10 years. Then, The Suriaku project major achievement piqued the interest of Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak, who chose to broaden it as a nationwide effort in 2017 budget. This resulted in the creation of My Suria program, a groundbreaking approach by the government to support B40 group. My Suria program began with 45 million funding for 1,620 houses. However, there were unutilized solar photovoltaic equipment worth 16.77 million under My Suria program that have been stored since December 2018 because the installation location had not been confirmed, which resulted in misspending of public fund. Furthermore, it is reported that 9.57 million was squandered since the solar photovoltaic equipment was unsuitable with a newly planned installation location.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Aisyah Fiza. The fourth issue that was highlighted in the newspaper is where they are also have issue with Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera LT80 failed to return the government's monetary contribution amounting to 695.06 million ringgit and had made irregular dividend payments. So, what is LT80? LT80 is known as Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera that was established in August 1972 under Act 101. LT80 is a government statutory body that provides benefits for officers and members of other rank of the Malaysian Armed Force and volunteer force to save for their retirement. So, what happened is, according to the Auditor General's Report 2021, Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera LT80 has not returned government's contributions amounting to 695.06 million ringgit to the Consolidated Fund as stated in paragraph 9 bracket 3 Act 101. According to the report, the audit review discovered that instead of returning the government monetary contributions, LT80 had instead returned in government contribution involving 9,542 pension status contributors to the retirement fund that also known as KWAP acronym for the years 2018 to the 2020. The report further note that the opinion of the panel of lawyers received on November 18, 2021 stated that the government contributions paid by LT80 to KWAP was inconsistent with paragraph 9 bracket 3 Act 101. Actually, this government contribution should be returned to the Consolidated Fund as stated in paragraph 9 bracket 3 Act 101. It clearly stated that contribution must be returned to the Consolidated Fund, which is the account of the federal government. The effect of LT80's failure to return their contribution to the Consolidated Fund has resulted in the federal government revenue decreasing by 695.06 million ringgit for 28 to 2020.
In issue 5, which is regarding the PSC investigation into the RM397 million U-Custom system that has yet to begin. The loss about RM2,072.99 million in taxpayers' money due to the failure of the Custom Department in the U-Custom system, according to the 2019 Auditor General AG report. Ubiquitous Custom or U-Custom is a system that aims to replace the Custom Information System, which has been used in 1995. The objective of a new custom system is to improve custom service and to comply with international standard through the one gateway that more fast and secure electronic system. Next, the cost of the project became higher, which is the cost increased to RM397.43 million. Before this, the original cost was RM317.78 million after being given a 5 extension of the time EOT. There was an increase of 79.65 million from the original cost of the project. Besides that, AG report also states the development of the U-Custom system will fail to be complete in 7 years and 2 months after the 5 EOT were given to them. Hence, the about RM272.99 million were paid to the supplier and the project management office PMO, while RM55,660 has been imposed in liquid and assisted damage LND. Other than that, there are many weaknesses that has been found in the project, which is only 3 of the 70 major modules were fully complete. Feasibility study was not conducted prior to the development of the U-Custom system. Weaknesses in the payment process, which is only 30 payment voucher amount to RM64.89 million could not be confirmed due to incomplete documentation. And lastly, the weaknesses is supplier selection did not take into account the evaluation report that prepared by the Technical Evaluation Committee (TEC). Hence, Wong said that there an increase in the number of the punitive issue in the LKNN 2019 Series 2 compared to Series 1, which is only 11 punitive issue. So the Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) should more investigate all the issue that categorized as a punitive, which is rise in the LKNN. Sadat Ni Azman said there are 70 performance audit of RM 90.63 billion were carried out, such as program activity and project at 30 ministry.
Next, regarding the Littoral Combat Ship project. So this project was handled by the Boston Naval Shipyard Sdn Bhd (BNS) after it had been given responsibility from the Ministry of Defence to deliver 6 Littoral Combat Ship LCS, which is the second generation patrol vessels littoral combat ships in frigate class. So it was started in 2014 with worth more than 9 billion ringgit Malaysia. It planned to be delivered in 2017 and other vessels handled in 6-month interval until 2021. But the plan was changed because of Boston Naval Shipyard experiencing losses that affect the contracts on original equipment manufacturers and ship design and equipment. This project paid 6 billion ringgit Malaysia by the government to continue the Littoral Combat Ships project after a delay because of original equipment manufacturers shutting down their work, also the rising costs during pandemic in 2019. Later, the Boston Heavy Industries Corporation Berhad (BHIC) has lodged a report to Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) to investigate thoroughly on irregularities of the project. This is because BHIC has a finding based on the forensic audit commissioned in February 2020 that the former Deputy Defence Minister Liu Chin Tong also stated that the Putrajaya's Special Investigation Committee on Procurement, Governance and Finance discovered that 1 billion ringgit Malaysia from the 5.94 billion paid to continue the project could not be traced. So there's a 3 options to resolve the delay issue, which are appointment of Naval Group Friends as a rescue contractor to complete at least 2 LCS, and then the Boston Naval Shipyard (BNS) completing other 2 units of LCS, or the contract for the BNS will be terminated.
In principle of public finance, there are audit and accountability. Audit can be referring as financial statement audit. The financial audit can be known as objective examination and evaluation of the financial statement for an organization with the aim to make sure the financial record are fair and accurate transaction of financial. Besides that, the audit is important to the organization as it provides credibility to financial statement and increase the shareholder is confident that the calculation is true and fair. Next, the audit also can increase company's internal control and system. There are 3 types of the audit, which is external audit. The audit are being done by outside party with the reason to remove any bias in reviewing the state of an organization is financial. Next, internal audit. Internal auditor involve the employee within the organization to perform an audit. Except that the result of auditing report will directly give to the management and board of directors. And lastly, the type of the audit is Internal Revenue Service (IRS) audit. The objective of the Internal Revenue Service (IRS) is to audit and verify the accuracy of the taxpayer return and detailed transaction. In accountability, accountability can refer as an acceptance of responsibility in context of honest and ethical conduct toward other person. In organization world, accountability refer as it shareholder, employees, and the wider community that they meet during their operation. Besides that, the accountability become a central concept in corporate finance. This is particularly relevant to the accounting activity, which is the organization employs in preparing financial statements that are present to shareholder and the government. Accountability within the workplace goes beyond giving the employees tasks to finish in a project. In additionally, approach making each individual accountable for the achievement of failure in the contribution to the overall project. In the framework, it is all approximately position of achievement of failure. Other than that, it provides basic information about maintaining employees' accountability in process of financial and the important role which is it play in maintaining a strong and effective department of financial control.
Hence, there are two effects derived from the issue in the article, which the first one is the emergence of budget deficit. A budget deficit happens when current expenses exceed the amount of income received through standard operations. Budget deficits, reflected as a percentage of gross domestic product, may decrease in times of economic prosperity as increased tax revenue lower unemployment rates. One of the primary impacts of a budget deficit is inflation, which is the continuous increase of price levels. Besides, too much spending will affect other projects. This is because there will lack of budget to improve, since most of projects require a lot of costs. Moving on to the second effect, which is lead to corruption, will affect the overall governance. Corruption refers to unethical behavior, which is characterized by misuse of public or organizational power, where causing harm not only to organizations but also to society. Corruption undermines the purpose and integrity of the regulation, as it enables corrupt officials to avoid regulations or bend them for their own interests. Corruption, especially petty corruption, has an impact on citizens' perceptions of corruption in a given country as it affects them in their daily lives. It is shown that corruption can erode public support and reduce interpersonal trust.
Next, I will continue with recommendation. The first recommendation is increasing the level of accountability. The benefit of accountability is that it ensures that an auditor presented an accurate and fair view of a company's financial health. The auditor is therefore legally and criminally liable for fraud or breach of contract resulting from the audited financial statement. Another perspective of accountability can be seen through the responsibility for money and other entrusted properties to maintain integrity and transparency that lead to the driving force behind a good governance arrangement. Also, an obligation of an individual or organization to accept responsibility, to account for its action and activities, and to disclose any private matter in a transparent manner where this should be fair, unbiased, and free from materials error. Second recommendation is improving and maintaining audit quality. The purpose of the independent audit is to provide confidence in the quality of financial reports. Improving audit quality and the consistency of audit execution is essential to maintaining confidence in the independent assurance they provide. Auditor is an important aspect of performing quality audits. The auditor must evaluate the validity of the audit, evidence obtained, as well as management's accounting estimates and treatments critically and with a questioning mind. As for that, maintaining and enhancing audit quality requires effective firm quality reviews by considering the issues to improve the usefulness of this review.
In conclusion, we can say that all of the issues raised by the Public Account Committee (PAC) in the news are in the result of lack accountability in carrying out their duties. We can see issues that was presented such as lack of responsibility in carrying out their works, any organization or agency spending government money more than they are supposed to, or failing to return it to the federal government account, and misusing public funds. Accountability is really important to ensure that public officials' action and decisions are subject to oversight in order to ensure that government initiatives achieve their stated objective and address the needs of the citizens they are intended to serve, thereby contributing to improved governance and poverty reduction. In short, based on the issues that have been mentioned, all public sector, especially public officers, should instill the nature of accountability in doing work. If they fail to do so, it will damage everyone, especially the economy of our country.